Hey guys, so you're thinking about moving to Columbia, South Carolina, or any of the surrounding areas. Well, weather may actually be the reason that you fall in love with it, or it might be the reason you don't want to come here to Columbia. Well, that's what I'm here to tell you in this video. It's all about the weather and how it relates to here in Columbia and real estate, not just a bunch of statistics from some weather app. This is from someone who lives here in Columbia, South Carolina, and can tell you everything that has to do with it. My name is Chad Dorman, and I'm the local realtor here in Columbia, South Carolina. I help people relocate from out of state all the time, and this subject comes up every single time that I'm talking about it. What's the weather like in Columbia, South Carolina? Because, I mean, let's be honest, weather is going to impact your mood, it can impact your lifestyle, and even your real estate choices. What we're going to be doing in this video today is, since everybody seems to ask me about weather, we're going to be talking about all 4 seasons. What the weather's like now. I'm actually here in Harbison State Forest, back here, and there's a reason I'm here today to talk about the weather, which I'll tell you in just a minute. Listen, go ahead, all my information's in the description below. If you want to give me a call, text, email, better yet, obviously my favorite way of talking is to set up a Zoom call to where we can talk one-on-one. I can customize a plan for you. You can find out if you really want to work with me. My personality may not be exactly your cup of tea, but either way, go ahead, give me a call, comments below if you want to know more about it. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into this. Let's give you an example. One of the reasons I came out here to Harbison Forest is because, so right now it's 5 o'clock in the evening. It's a little overcast. With all the hot days that we tend to have during the summers here, it is July. We are in the middle of summer, and it's gotten hot to where we're going. Here in the evening, it is 84 degrees out here. Now, it feels like 91 degrees. Now, what does that mean? I have been out here just walking, not running, not doing my usual thing, just walking. You can see my hair. I have wavy hair, but I do not have curly hair. And you can see what the humidity does to my hair. Now, the humidity right now is at 65%. That is where it's 84 degrees right now, but it feels like 91. I've been out here walking around for about 45 minutes to an hour. Now there's a nice breeze here. Granted, I'm under trees. One of the ways that you can get out of the heat, even if you're exercising, that's what it feels like right now. Now let's go ahead and get into the seasons. A little darker here, it's a little overcast. Like I said, a afternoon thunderstorm, yet the rain's not coming. It'll get darker when you do it. So let's start with the obvious about summer. The main months you're talking about, I mean, there's parts of summer that you can still get into 80-degree days in December. But the main summer months, June, July, August, September, those are your main summer months. And let's be real, it gets hot enough. I mean, it can be, you get used to being in the 90s, it feeling like it's in the hundreds because of the humidity. It's so hot that when you come back to your car, if you don't have something to make your car, you grab hold of the steering wheel, it burns your hands, it's so hot. You need one of those starters with your car to where you can literally start it up and have the AC cranking before you get in. You have afternoon thunder showers, but the problem with those are, it cools it off, it feels good, but then when it stops, the humidity is almost even worse. Now, why am I telling you all about this? Because most people come here from New York, come here from Michigan, Chicago, out west, more up north, and they do not care about the heat. They would rather have humidity than to be shoveling snow during the winter. Everything that they don't have there. They do not want to suffer the harsh winters anymore, and that is one of the big reasons they move here. And so it doesn't really matter about the heat a lot of times, even though it will get you sometimes. But let me tell you how we beat the heat in the summer here. One, we have Lake Murray. It's huge. At Lake Murray, you go out, they have party boats. There's a ton of people. You can go on the dam, you can go fishing, you can do all sorts of stuff on Lake Murray. Just jumping in is nice. There are people that do scuba dive there, but the water's real murky. You want to go to Lake Jocassee up top in the upstate if you really want to learn scuba diving. It's a lot more clear up there in your Devil's Fort State Park. It's really nice. But again, just grilling, 4th of July fireworks, Labor Day stuff, Independence Day, Memorial Day, everything are huge weekends here in Columbia that is a ton to do. All of that, you can even be part of the boat club. It's a little more expensive, but instead of having my own boat, I want to be part of the boat club. I can just call ahead, have the boat ready. It's a brand new boat. I can do tri-tune, I can do fishing boat, I can do ski boat, I can have the music playing, whatever I want to do when I get out there. Riverbank Zoo, mist fans all over the place. They have stuff to beat the heat. Their new reptile center and everything has AC inside. A lot of people beat it there. They have food, snow cones, animals. They have splash pads. You can even go right there at Riverbank is where the Saluda and all comes in, and you meet up the Saluda and the Broad and form the Congaree. So you can even go out there and sun on the rocks. A lot of people do. Just be careful for snakes, for things like that. If you're a runner, just learn to go early. Go early in the morning. Or you can be like me and just be stubborn, since I'm not as much a morning person, and you can go during the heat of the day. Just take a ton of water. A lot of people will go up to the upstate and go hiking instead. They'll go camping up there. Now the upstate, in my Columbia versus Greenville video, disposed of the myth that it's cooler in the upstate in Greenville than it is in Columbia. But still, if you go hiking, you can go further up into the foothills where it is actually a hair cooler. It's just not in Greenville, South Carolina per se. And so a lot of people go up there. The waters in the rivers and the lakes up there is a lot cooler than even Lake Murray here. Now let's go in and talk about the fall. Now fall is hands down one of my favorite times here in Columbia. It does get a little cooler. If you go up toward Tennessee in different ways, it gets cooler quicker. October, November is our season for fall pretty much. Again, certain days can fall into that fall, but our leaves change a little later than, say, Tennessee or places even up north more, but it's still just as pretty, especially up in the foothills. The mountains in upstate South Carolina. Clemson is gorgeous, one of the best universities around, and it is a gorgeous campus. It's its own atmosphere up there, but during the fall, it is a host of colors, and it's just really, really pretty. I wear short sleeves all year round, even in the winter. I'm one of the most hot-natured people you'll ever meet. But it is in the fall. It cools off just enough that you can sometimes wear jeans and a hoodie in the morning. But it's cooler in the mornings. You'll still be thinking mid-70s to 80 in the afternoon. And there are times that it will get to 85 or 90 on a whim, just that we have a heat spell because we are in South Carolina. But during the night, it's cool, crisp, and many times, especially in the fall, that humidity tapers off a little bit. Some of the things that we do in the fall. Football season is king. This is the University of South Carolina, and we are going to have an incredible year when it comes to 2025. We got Lenore Sellers. I'd like to say names, but with the transfer portal now, I can't keep up with all the names that come in and out. But we are supposed to, I think we were ranked preseason number 12. It should be a great year. Clemson's going to have a good team as always, and it's going to come down. It's just a great in-state rivalry as well as we're in the SEC. So game day is incredible when it comes to downtown Columbia. And we've got a bunch of stuff coming to downtown Columbia, which I'm going to do in a video here coming soon. You wouldn't believe everything that's coming to downtown Columbia. Greenville versus Columbia, I said Greenville downtown wins. Columbia is catching up. And some of these things that we have going on, it's going to really hit for Columbia. And we may be getting to Greenville, if not passing them soon. State fairs in the fall. It's the biggest state fair in South Carolina. Other local ones come, but it's fried everything, funnel cakes, pumpkin patches. You were talking about, we're in the capital of Halloween. Every year during Halloween, I travel all the way to Georgia, North Carolina, here South Carolina. You can find haunted houses everywhere, and they are some of the best. And with that comes pumpkin patches, hay rides, apple picking. We have strawberry farms out in southeast Columbia. You can go hiking here in Harbison or even Congaree National Park. It's a little cooler versus in the spring where you're looking at those fireflies. Winter is reserved for December, January, and February. Yes, I think we have a 3-month winter, but it is a very mild winter. This is one of the reasons that people stop here. They don't go all the way down to Georgia, to Florida, to different places, because our winters are just enough that it's cool, but we don't get a lot of deep freezes, maybe a couple a year. Snow, it's hit or miss. If we see any, it'll be about half an inch, and schools shut down everywhere. And then the snow disappears. If we got even half an inch, it's gone by noon. But our winters are very mild. It rarely gets below 40 degrees. Holiday lights at the zoo. There's all kinds of festivals downtown. There's stuff in Irmo. There's stuff in Blythewood. There's concerts all over the place in the fall and the winter, because it's just a great time to go sit in a lot of the amphitheaters, to go look at stuff, fire pits, s'mores, even patio dining. So many people grill, I do all the time. Like I said, majority of the time, even when it gets down to freezing, a lot of times I'm wearing short sleeve shirts. Sometimes, even in December, you can have 85 to 90 degree days. It might just sneak up on you. Now, spring is what we will go into lastly. Spring hits early in Columbia because our winters are very low. So spring hits right around March in most places. It's March, April, and May, which by May, summer's almost here by the end. I mean, it pretty much is. But the temps in the spring can be in the 60s, 70s. Year before last, I would have said we didn't even have a spring. We just went straight into summer. We went right into the heat. This past year, we had an incredible spring. It was beautiful watching everything bloom. It was nice when it came to just walking outside, feeling a breeze. Oh, it's just incredible. I do enjoy spring too. I start hiking again. Summer concert series starts. One thing I will warn you about in spring, pollen. Pollen is no joke. You walk outside, you go wash your car, and a couple hours later it's covered in yellow. Now that only is good for like 3 weeks, but if you get allergies bad, anything like that, get out, enjoy it. If you have allergies, stay in, wear a mask when you go outside, something. You got to get outside. It's just too pretty in Columbia in the spring. Food truck festivals, Soda City Marketplace. Gardening starts early, so if you're like to grow veggies, flowers, Columbia gives you that head start when you do it early. One of the things I said that we would start with, as far as toward the end, I want to let you know how things go. How does the weather affect the real estate? We're here in Columbia. Air condition is not just a machine, it is a lifestyle. It gets hot enough here that part of your inspections that we've talked about before, you've got to, one of them has to be a HVAC inspection. Inspect the ductwork underneath or up in the attic. Inspect the unit itself. You want a licensed HVAC inspector to put the gauges on there, test the pressures, make sure there's no leaks, especially if you have a unit that's 10 years or older. Doesn't mean that you need to ask the seller to replace it. You just want to make sure it's functioning properly. You got to have a good HVAC inspection. Same with the roof. Make sure there's no leaks in the roof. We get a lot of wind, different things too. That can affect you with those afternoon thunderstorms, etc. Make sure you are not in a flood zone. Your realtor should check that. If your realtor is me, I will be checking that on every house that you really like. Windows. Are you buying a new build? I'm gonna do one on the new builders. New builders, the main ones here in Columbia. There's some great ones that I really like. There's some I don't like, which I probably won't go over in the video, but there is some that I absolutely love and I work with probably more than any other builder out here. And a lot of those, some of the reasons I like them, they go the extra above and beyond, like even Great Southern. They do like R38. Is it R38? It's way, I think R34 is maybe what I might be getting those numbers wrong, but they go way above and beyond what you actually have to have. In the building, the roofs and the different things too, they use techniques to where it's green. To give you an example, their most popular model is the bent grass, or Bent Creek. But both of them are about the same thing. It's a 5-bedroom home, about 2,500 square feet. The AC on a 2,500 square foot home bill runs maybe 150, 200 on a really hot month. It's not bad at all. And that's what I love about the new builds. Versus if you're purchasing a home that's already been done, you want those windows checked. Make sure they're not the wood windows. They are dual pane windows and not single pane. You need to see what your average utility bill is. A lot of these things can affect you. Crawl space. Do you have a moisture barrier up under there? Is it not an ancient one that's hardly put down and doesn't do its job? Foundation, your inspectors are looking at that foundation and everything that it does, making sure it's vented properly. If it's a slab, of course it's not vented. If it's crawl space, it is vented. You want to check the things like that, because with the weather, if it's a slab, if it's what they're putting that slab on, years down the road, does it work? And they have to come in and fix it. Columbia is a far enough inland. It's not on the beach. What I told you I really like about it is the fact that it is centrally located. You can go to the mountains on a day trip. You can go to the beach on a day trip. You can go to historic Charleston on a day trip. You can go to the Masters on a day trip and see it when it comes to Augusta, Georgia. There's so many different things. I go up and take a day trip and visit my son up in Clemson in the upstate. Spartanburg's a day trip. You are centrally located in everything that you do here. Now, the joy of that is we do have during hurricane season, you've got Myrtle Beach, Charleston, Hilton Head, Edisto Island. You've got all those places. Now, they're not usually hit perfectly when it comes down to it. But, we do get wind and stuff from those. The last major one that hit here was Hugo, and that was back in the late 80s. Tornadoes are rare, but they can spawn off of those hurricanes, and they have been seen here. They're just rare. How the weather can affect it. There are ways to get around a lot of that weather in everything that you do. But what you want to know is, do you have someone that knows what they're doing and that is here? Make sure, comment if you have extra questions about the weather. If you want to call, text, or email me, or like I said, better yet, get on a Zoom call, schedule one with me. I can tell you even more about it. There's a lot more to weather than real estate, but I get enough questions about weather that I really thought it deserved its own video about the weather here in Columbia, South Carolina. That is what we got. I got a few more videos coming, one with a lender, one about new build homes, one about hunting in South Carolina. But just remember, when it's so hot here in Columbia, the cost of living is not near as much here. The average house in May for Columbia was about $255. Most people are going to spend more, but that was the average when it comes to foreclosures and everything. In Greenville, it was about $333. In Charleston, it was about $600. And in Myrtle Beach, it was about, I think it was around $350 or so. It was the average house price. So Columbia, when it comes to cost of living, has it best. In summary, can you handle the weather in Columbia, South Carolina? Look, if you have all 4 seasons, without all the extreme stuff, and you want to be outdoors most of the year, then it's solid gold. Summer's a little hot, yeah, they're a little bit spicy, but the rest of the year is great. And that's why so many people, the cost of living and other things, that's why they're coming here. Hit that like button for me. Go ahead, subscribe, click the notification bell, set up a time with me, and for more real talk about Columbia, stay cool, and let's just keep on going to the next videos.